Hello everybody and welcome back to Mod Adventures Episode 5. That's right, I'm back. Woo! Quite differently from the last episode, I only have 3 days. That's right, 3 days to make this video before I'm unable to. Not because, oh, it's Thursday, I have to upload, but because I'm going away for a week. And I still want to upload. And just in case I don't get this finished, I do have 2 videos I could, but I just want to put out another modded episode, so I'm going to do that. But before we get started, I want to do a little bit of a story time behind this episode. So originally, I wanted to experiment with Turtlemancy, which is basically turtle-based magic. And I really wanted to do it, you know? I had everything planned. I even had an episode title planned. And then I went out to look for turtles, the main component in Turtlemancy. And I couldn't find one. I searched thousands of blocks and I couldn't find a single turtle. So I gave up on that idea and am now doing what I'm doing today. Today, I am going to try to tidy up some of my create projects that I never actually fully finished, such as my auto crafter that I never actually put in a building. Okay, I think this is how I make the goggles. Yep. Between episodes, I put this right here, and I was originally putting it up, extra block up, and planning to have chest storage here for that machine, but this is the perfect space for a mechanical crafter. Placing in the blocks. I keep trying to use the scaffolding to get up, but it doesn't work. Okay, I'll be the first to admit that this does not look the best, but I'll work on the design. Well, I am back. I just finished decorating the auto crafter. I'm not sure if this belt is really, obstructing the view. I mean, I can still click stuff into all the slots. I double checked. Oh, there goes a pork chop. But I don't know if it just obstructs the view. It looks okay without it, but I think I'm going to keep it there because I don't think there's any recipes that actually use these corner bits. If there are, I can make them more easily accessible and also add that one. I removed it because the gear was easier to put there if I removed it. But it is looking pretty nice. So you may be wondering how I still have enough power to use both this and this at the same time, and the thing is, I actually didn't. Underneath the village, you can see that I expanded the array of water wheels I have and made them from going vertical to horizontal. On that note, I think it's finally time to actually use this thing. We're putting in 14 iron, and let's see how much we have when it comes out the other side. Oh, there it is. I think it's actually finished. Okay, let's see how much we actually get. Got more than 14, okay. That's a good sign. Okay, we got 22. I think that would be a 50% increase. Before we leave this area and move on to the next project, I think I'm going to give a little bit of an explanation of how this system works, because I'm kind of proud of it. So, I'm harnessing power from this belt into this one. It brings it down here and goes through a bunch of andesite encased shafts over to this encased chain drive in the wall, which right there, the only reason I have that belt thing right there is just decoration because it looks cool and complicated. It moves up to here, through there, and diagonally transfers energy into the crafter. One thing that I'm trying to do in this series is not actually look up any create mod stuff and instead problem solve my way to success. It makes the game a lot funner, and when I actually make something working like that, it feels a lot better. And just like that, we're on to the next project. This building is looking a little bare in the inside, so I'm thinking I add these mechanisms. Where is this? There's the depot. And I was thinking maybe these two can power each other somehow, but I'm not sure if I can do that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make it pretty simple. I just have a hand crank for the mill and a hand crank for the mechanical press. Womp womp. You'll never guess who just forgot to record. Me. I did. I showed off the build and just didn't press record. That's like one of the first times I've done this, and like not noticed for a really long time. So in this little corner, I've put in the mechanical press, I've put in the mill, I've already actually ground up some zinc, so I can't show that off again. But I did do it, and I was wondering, what do I put in here? Because originally I was going to put lava, but not only can the villager get into it, but fire tick is on, and I would want to turn it off, but I'm not sure, because that's kind of a cheaty thing, doing a game rule. I could just put magma and like maybe orange stained glass or like honey blocks or something to make it kind of look like lava, and campfires below as well. I'm not 100% sure what to do, um, but I'll get it figured out. We also finally actually put this villager's trades into stone, or I guess into iron, and he is officially forever a weaponsmith. And it is getting to that time in the episode, not the end, but the time where we work on the path. And I kind of already have. I guess this is off the path, but I put a little bit of decoration of different blocks that I used in this, kind of like a spare parts bin or like a free mechanical crafter pick up, stuff like that. And I'm thinking I extend the road down here through a staircase into just a little like area down here, as well as probably expanding the path up to here and potentially in this episode putting something right here. So I'm gonna get right to work on that. Well, after a little bit of building, I have finished the paths. For now, that is. They're nowhere near finished. Let's take a look. Over on this side, I just, followed the pattern of the terrain and followed it up to here. But on this side, I added a bit of a staircase, and this village is already demonstrating the usefulness of the staircase. How nice. I was thinking of railings I could add, and unfortunately, though these chains do not connect to the walls, they still look pretty good from a distance, especially this angle. Can't really see that they don't connect. They look pretty decent otherwise. How did that... Okay, I wasn't the only one to see that llama, right? How did that llama get up there? Oh. This llama went all the way up here. Went on this. It takes a little while. And then just... That is hilarious. But yeah, making our way down here. You can see this little area, and I think I'm going to put an entrance to something down here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in it. Either like I don't know, like maybe a storeroom for this place, because it's pretty cramped in there, After all, they are storing their extra supplies in the streets. They would benefit from a storeroom. Now, I wanted to do a little bit more pathing, but I ran out of stone, so I guess it's on to the windmill build. Originally, I thought of putting it right here. However, I think it would look a lot better and kind of like thematically fit in. That's the village area. This is the farming village. I'm the farming part of the village over here. So it would make more sense to put the windmill here. But we'll just have to see how it goes. I might change the design or like the location of it midway through the project. You never know what could happen. And just like that, about a day later, the windmill is complete. Well, almost complete. It doesn't actually have the windmill on it. It also doesn't have an inside. Yeah, I don't really have time to do an interior, and I cannot think of anything to put in here. Of course, I could always make an actual interior to a windmill, but I don't actually know what to put inside. Well, I mean, besides, of course, a mill, but like, I don't even know. I already got one of those in the blacksmith building. I might have to move it around, though. Okay, hopefully this works. Let's go. I think it's going the wrong way, actually. Yeah, I am pretty sure this is going the wrong way, but I'll look it up and see which way windmills are supposed to go in the aerodynamics of windmills, because this looks... I have a shovel. This looks pretty decent, at least for me, because I've never built a windmill, and there's a good reason for that. I'm not great at this. Okay, this build took so long to make. The windmill itself, not that much. But the building? Oh my gosh, that took forever. There was multiple iterations, and this one was the best one I got. This one was actually the only one that had a roof on it. And let's go up there. Oh my gosh. That was not good. I just used my chest plate's ability at the worst possible time and just yeeted myself off the top of this building. Okay, back on top, you can see this roof pattern. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking maybe like bringing it up into a tower, but that would have gotten way too high and would have looked weird. Oh, I've fallen again. Not as bad this time though. And yeah, I just think it's a really cool roof. My one major issue with it is these oak blocks, but from the ground you can't even see them, so they shouldn't be too big of an issue. The turbine itself looks a bit big for the building, but that took way too long for such a simple design to think of for the sails, so I'm leaving it as it is. I don't really have the time to change it right now. Recently, a wandering trader visited and was selling this globe, and I bought the globe. You'll never guess what you can do with it. You can spin it. Yo. The spinning actually distracted me from, like, showing off the windmill for, like, at least a solid 5 minutes. Well, that's gonna have to about wrap it up for today's episode. It's been fun. It's been great. We built a windmill. You can kind of see that in the back. We added a auto crafter, which you can kind of see in the back too, and also added this part of the road and that part of the road over there. So I hope you have an amazing day, and bye bye.